That doesn't mean you can't make a decision and choose something that's not fully in alignment, but just know that it's going to come at a cost. Less enjoyment, more frustration, less ease, more struggle. Ever found yourself stuck because you can't make a decision and you're not sure what path to take? On today's episode, I share with you a couple of the top strategies so you can make better decisions instantly. What would be possible for you if you could eliminate indecision and confidently move towards your goals? I'm Ian Hawkins, and this is Sport is Life. The purpose of sport, as I see it, is to see your vision become a reality, find your voice, create strong connections, and learn to trust your body. Now, if you want to be a better performer, one of the worst things you can do is to be indecisive. Now, granted, there are different times in your life, big decisions that require you to weigh up the pros and cons and gather all the information. But those sort of decisions are very few and far between. More often than not, you'll get stuck in paralysis by analysis. You're trying to get all the details, you're trying to make sure it's perfect because you don't want to get it wrong. Ultimately, you're going to get the best results and you're going to get them faster and you're going to have the best performances when you are making those decisions quickly, being certain about what you're going to do, and then just taking action. The reality is there's multiple paths to where you want to go. So often you get stuck in that feeling like this decision is so crucial. If I get it wrong, then it's going to change everything. The reality is that very rarely do those day-to-day decisions have that big an impact. Now, sure, there are setbacks and there are different things that can happen. You're still going to have to learn the same lesson that you're going to have to learn to get to where it is that you want to go, to reach whatever that end goal is, to work towards that vision. Now, I want to share with you how to be able to make those decisions better, how to make them faster, and how to get the best results. And one of the best ways to do that, there's a multiple ways that you can make better decisions. This one I love from a bigger picture, but it helps with your day-to-day decisions as well. And that is knowing what your purpose is and also knowing your values and how you play them out with actions and making sure all of those things are in alignment. Now, when I say purpose, you might get scared and go, this bigger thing that, people talk about purpose as this mystical thing that, I've got to discover my purpose. I like to break it down to the simplicity of this, is that what is it that you love to do that helps other people in a way that you didn't receive that help? So it's a way that you can make a difference to people's lives. You can see what they're going through and that you know exactly what they need, because when you were going through something similar, you didn't have that. So it's providing people with what they need in the moment that you know they need because you've lived it. Lived experience. There's nothing like it. And nothing gives you greater joy and greater sense of purpose than being able to give to people through that lens. Because you know the pain. You know what it's like to not have that support, not have that guidance, not have those skills when you're going through something like that. And you know how good it would have been if you'd been provided with it, and you know how good it's going to be for that person when you're able to provide it. Simplicity. Now, if you dig into this, you'll realize that you do this in your everyday life. You are constantly looking for opportunities to help people in a way that you weren't helped and that you needed it. It's such a big part of your personality. And the more you can articulate it and be clear, then the more intentional you can be about that. And if you come with a decision and it doesn't align to that purpose, then it's an easy question to answer. Now you might be thinking, yeah, but what about this? And what about like health and family and all these different things? Sure, they're all important decisions you need to make, but there will be an element of purpose to all of them. There always is. And the other element, as I talked about, is values. What do you stand for? What is most important to you when it comes to your characteristics, to how you behave, how you show up in the world? And these are not just words on a wall. I'm sure you've worked in businesses or you've had experiences where people talk about, here are the words, and this is what we have to live, but we don't have an explanation of how to actually live them. So values need to be action statements. So I'll give you an example. Like if your value is love, for example, and that's something that would be true for a family environment, truth for a work environment. It's showing up with love in all interactions. Now, love doesn't mean romantic love, intimate love. Love means what is the way that you want to show up your best to have the biggest impact in a positive sense in this situation? Because ultimately, there's only really two ways we can look at things, and that's through love or through fear. And then all of the different emotional descriptions we have between the two. For you, it might be, one of yours might be respect. And it might be showing respect and demanding respect in all interactions with people. That's your action statement for the value. Now, they're pretty generic examples, and you can go into more specifics for what's right for you, for what's right for your life, for your business, for whatever work you do, for your sporting journey. And when you know the purpose and your values and you're faced with a decision, does this align to both? Easy. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Now, it doesn't mean you can't make a decision and choose something that's not fully in alignment, but just know that it's going to come at a cost. Less enjoyment, more frustration, less ease, more struggle. And that's fine, because there's always lessons in that as well. But if you're looking for where you're going to get the best results, the best performance, the best consistency, fastest moving forward, it's in that place of alignment. So coaching session this morning with a person that is a high level coach of coaches in Australia. And we were talking about this very thing and how few teams actually have that clear sense of purpose that every single person in that organization is following. They know what it is and the decisions are easy. And from my experience, it's true in businesses as well. Jumping haphazardly from here to there, not really sure why or what they're doing, looking for that next quick fix that will point them in the right direction. Now, that's usually littered with indecisiveness, getting stuck, trying to do too many different things at once because of this lack of this ability to make a decision clearly. Get stuck in perfectionism. Is this going to be right? Is this going to be wrong? If you bring it back to that alignment to purpose and values, you cannot go wrong because it's going to feel good. Worst case, you're going to learn a lesson through that and you're going to get the best results. So next time you have a decision that you are stuck on, bring it back to that purpose statement, bring it back to those values. And if you're not clear on what they are, then get clear. What is it that you know that you love to be able to give to other people because you never received it? Don't have to go into great depth in this. Now, yes, that particular purpose you can apply to much bigger visions. But at the essence, just get to what that means for you personally on an everyday basis. Get clear on those values, how you can show you are living those values through action statements, and run every decision through that filter. Game changer. I look forward to hearing how you go with this. As always, I'd love to have interaction. I'd love you to come back to me, whether it's in the Facebook movement, whether it's by messaging me directly, sending me an email, let me know. And remember, help me to reach more people. Make sure you subscribe, share with friends, and let's together as a team make the difference in the world that we know sport can make. See you next time. You've taken the time to listen to this whole episode. Now it's time to take action. Commit to one thing you've learned today and make it happen. And to avoid any obstructions, join the Sport is Life movement by clicking on the link in the show notes.